Kevin Owens turns heel, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we got. See you later.
Don't tease me like that. Don't tease me that the show's over that quickly. Do not tease me like that.
That's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies in a Raw, once again. This show was pretty over, man. There's a lot of people who follow us on Twitter or tweets us and stuff like that. Talks about how much they don't even really care about watching Raw anymore, but they love this show, man. So we do it for the people. Vince.
What in God's name did they love about this show?
No, it's this show.
Oh, okay. Raw. No. Bro, I almost lost all of faith in humanity. I'm like, wait a minute, like what? Oh, thank God, bro.
No. This show, the Legion of Raw.
Thank God. Okay, yeah. Doctor. Yeah. Okay, doctor.
Yes, indeed. We turn gimmicks into gimmick aids, and
yes,
we have a good time every single time. So, Vince Russo, how in the world are you? How are you tonight,
bro? Bro, you know what wrestling has turned into? You know what there's a lot of?
What's that?
There's a lot of, I don't know, bro, if it's because they're younger. I don't know if it's a level of immaturity. I don't know what it is, but because I know the business, bro, with both companies, we're getting a lot of people popping their friends and popping the people in the back. Yeah. And we're sitting here and we're watching this show, and since we're not in on the joke, it's stupid. And what I mean by that are, like, bro, as an absolute shoot, what are Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch trying to do with their wardrobe? Bro, you know they're dressing ridiculously. She's wearing her hair ridiculously. You know they're doing that to pop people in the back. Because I'm watching this, and the last time I saw Rollins on Raw, he was Monday Night Messiah. So I don't know, like, what was the transition now that turned him into Seth the Clown, and then Becky was the man. Where is the transition of these characters so drastically changing?
Yeah. With no explanation, by the way.
They're doing it to pop each other, but we're not in on the joke. Bro, that's why when the fans were chanting to Rollins, "You look stupid." Yeah, bro, like, you look stupid. Like, they're being 100% serious.
Yeah.
Chris, you're a lot younger than me. The people in the audience watching this are younger than me. What am I missing? What am I missing here?
I don't know. I'm probably a generation ahead of the people who care about. Well, no, I'm not. I don't even know who cares about Raw, Vince. I don't know who cares about Raw.
I don't either, bro.
I don't know. Than the median. The median age is like 56. You're a little older than that. I'm a lot younger than that, and so I don't. I mean, there's a lot of 54 to 56-year-old people watching Raw, I guess, Vince. Probably because they're trying to latch on from 20 years ago when they watched it every week from the Attitude Era. I bet you that's the reason why people in their 50s still watch Raw, because they're still holding on to the days of the Monday Night Wars.
Bro, if those people really believe it's ever going to get back to anything that resembles that, bro, I just feel sorry for those people, because that train has long pulled out of the station, bro.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. People are still. I mean, I was in my 20s during the Attitude Era, so I was in doing all right after the Attitude Era. I was in high school during the Attitude Era, so I was still, in my late teens, and so I was around, and I'm a doctor with a wife and three kids now, and people like me, people who are around my age, they 40s to 40 to 60, they're like, you know what, man, I'm still trying to. I miss the old days of professional wrestling, and I know for me, Vince, I told you the reason why I'm a lifer. I just remembered. I just try to get glimpses of those. I'm an old school wrestling fan, man. I love 80s wrestling. I love storytelling. I love just story arcs, baby faces, heels, drawing the crowd, getting that pop, making people love to hate you. That's really still a tried and true method. And we'll get to the heel turn that we saw today. It was just such, I mean, from being an 80s wrestling fan, of understanding that there's a really good story behind it and the turns meant so much. This heel turn that we saw tonight was one of the most lackluster heel turns I've ever seen in my 35 years
Because
of
nobody
watching.
cares about either guy.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about either guy.
Yeah.
Bro, if you go up and down this entire card tonight, there is not one single match you care about. Not one. I mean, seriously, like you, every one of these matches, I don't think you give a crap who wins any of these.
No, because the characters aren't built enough. I can't sink my teeth in any of the stories right now because there's no stories.
There's no stories. There's
They're
no
building toward a, they're building toward a Survivor Series match, a Survivor Series pay-per-view that they have to skip a pay-per-view to and draw stories and just throw things at the wall right now because none of the stories are going to mean anything for the next month and a half, really. There's not even a December pay-per-view. So you go straight from Survivor Series, which is brand versus brand, to 2 months later, Royal Rumble. So for the next 2.5 months, Vince, there's no payoff. Like whatever they throw on Raw and SmackDown, unless they have some big Raw event or big SmackDown event in December, but there's nothing to sink our teeth in as far as stories right now. It's very sad, Vince.
Yeah.
It's not very sad. DJ Eric with the $5
Very
super
nice.
chat.
Yeah, Penguins and Bear. That's a good analogy. That's a very good analogy. Let me give Eric applause. Very nice.
Paddington Bear.
Yeah, bro. He's popping the people in the back. He's popping his friends. Meanwhile, the people are chanting, "You look stupid," because you do, bro. You look stupid. You look stupid even to the people attending the show.
Yes, yes, indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, starting with Seth Rollins, they were chanting "You look stupid" in the beginning of the show because in-ring promo, it gets interrupted by Kevin Owens. So, how obvious, Vince, was? Do you believe me? Do you believe in me?
Oh God!
What kind of build to a heel turn is that? Do you believe in me? Are you sure? It started off with, first of all, he gets beat up by Big E last week, and the start of the show is him sitting on a crate,
kissing Big's butt
with an oiled up Big E. You believe in me, right? You believe in me.
Well, just again, Chris, think about the logic. I'm going to make a heel turn at the end of the show, but I'm going to spend the entire show trying to dupe people.
Yeah.
Like, think about the logic of that. Like, just how ridiculous that premise is. It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah. You didn't believe in me, or do you believe in me? I'm going around asking wrestlers, do you believe in me? Even R-Truth, like, R-Truth, I believe. I really value your opinion, R-Truth. You believe me, right? I mean, that's the beginning of a heel turn in 2021. That's just it's getting worse and worse, man. Get to the Dirty Dogs and AJ Styles and Omos defeating RK Bro and Street Profits. Here's the thing. For me, this makes sense to be an actual Survivor Series match. This is what Survivor Series is all about. Vince, I cannot stand the Survivor Series concept of brand versus brand. You have the five women who's going to be on the Raw match representing the women on Raw. They're going against each other to be the number one contender, but somehow they're supposed to team up and represent Raw for some odd reason. No stipulation, nothing added to whoever wins. Just I want to represent Raw and I'm going to team up with someone who I can't stand. I cannot stand this concept of Survivor Series anymore. It was like bragging rights. And it only lasted a couple of pay-per-views, and there's no rhyme or reason to Survivor Series anymore. And it's became one of my favorite. It went from one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year to one of my most despised pay-per-views out of the year because again, there's no stories. There's absolute zero payoff to Survivor Series.
You know, Chris, I wish a lot of people in your audience, and I know you got a very, very smart audience on Sportskeeda, but I bet you that there's a lot of people in the audience that don't even realize the Survivor Series used to be on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Bro, you watched it. You had Thanksgiving dinner and everybody you look forward. Bro, I wish people in the audience could see those shows.
I agree.
Guys, 100%. If you could just like Google, Survivor Series, Thanksgiving Day, bro, they would see what the true concept was behind this. Absolutely. And every match mattered, bro. And there were feuds going in every match. Oh my God. I really, really wish the audience could have seen that, bro. It was really something.
100% agree. I think it was 80. So the first one was 87. If I'm not mistaken, I watched it in 87. And I believe it was my aunt's apartment in 87. And we all just came and watched it. It was either 87 or 88. So I know for like two of them they had on Thanksgiving and one was like Thanksgiving Eve or something like that. And we just all came together. And my aunt's never really been a wrestling fan, but she knew that I was a wrestling fan. And my great grandma Jewel, we talked about great grandma Jewel. And she was the wrestling fan. She got me into it. My brother was into it until about Attitude Era. And I've been a wrestling fan ever since. I mean, from 1985, 86 on. And so, I remember watching the Survivor Series. We all came together. Wasn't any really diehard wrestling fans except for me lobbying to want to watch it. Everybody came over for Thanksgiving. We watched Survivor Series, and it was really cool. Like a lot of people were just congregating around, and it was playing on the.
Well, you know what, Chris? Here's the thing: it was fun.
It was fun.
Like what's fun about this show? Like where's the fun? What's fun about watching? That was fun.
You know what's so fun about the Survivor Series back then, Vince, is that it was teams of names that were over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So Hogan had a team. Andre had a team. That was that was the whole point of Survivor Series, to continue the feud between Hogan and Andre.
Yep.
And so Hogan had his team. Andre had his team, and it was like, okay, two big names, and they had people who had their back, who were also feuding with people who they put in the matches to pit the 4-on-4s or the 5-on-5s. That's an awesome concept. That's a fantastic concept. And you really don't need like some big payoff. It was just a culmination of a bunch of feuds put together in matches.
And bro, think about this too. In that match, they're going through every individual feud. And think about when it's finally Andre and Hulk. Think about that. Think about, where is that magic?
Right.
Where is that? Bro, you're waiting the whole match. Everybody's getting their feud in. And then, Andre's in there. And bro, I could see Hogan now on the apron, looking to the people, cheeks full of air, and they're going nuts. And he gets the big 10. Bro, what the heck happened to that, bro?
Now it's Raw versus SmackDown.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, bro, we sound like two old men. we're doing the old back it
You
hard.
know, back in 1987, yeah, back in
Yeah.
Evansville.
Oh boy, bro.
Sound like
Boy.
Lance Russell.
I
Yeah,
swear, I find it hard to believe, like Chris, I could still go to a concert, I could still go to a ball game, and I have fun.
yeah.
I don't know how people that attend these shows are having fun. Like I'm dead serious. Like where is, I don't know. Maybe it's me, bro. Maybe it's me. I don't
I
know.
think the live feel is different because I did go to Extreme Rules. It was in Columbus,
And it was
and
fun.
it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I like going to live events. I'm a
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
sports mark. I love sports, and
Yeah.
so going to live sports events, I had fun because of that. I didn't enjoy the card. It would like
Yeah.
when I was watching Extreme Rules live, I was like catching up with friends, talking to friends. Like that was most of what I was doing. It was just
Yeah.
more of the live sports fellowship. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to watch Extreme Rules tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, and
Yeah.
I'm so excited about the card. I was, I barely even was paying attention to really any of it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just yeah. And so when I go to like live Raws and live Smackdowns and stuff like that, I'm the guy who is like I'm the heckler. Like I'll make the whole row around me laugh
Yeah.
because I'll just throw out like old random names and like people was like, ladies and gentlemen, in the ring here, he's coming down the ring. It's Pez Watley, ladies and gentlemen. It's the missing link. You know, like I'll do that. Like I'll be that guy. I'll make the whole row laugh by like doing comment. I'll do color commentary.
Yeah.
Just throw out a bunch of random names. You know, like that's me having fun at a live event. You know what I mean? Like I don't care about I don't care about watching the show, watching the match. Even nowadays, especially nowadays, particularly nowadays, I don't care about it. So yeah, live sports feel is fun. So Kevin Owens, he's backstage. He has a discussion with the Mysterios, ladies and gentlemen. So Pistol Pez Watley. A lot of people are putting over Pistol Pez, man.
Yes.
I used to be a Pistol Pez guy.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice chat room. Very nice. Y'all know y'all's Pistol Pez Watley. Yeah, so he's discussing with the Mysterios. He's having a "Do You Believe Me" segment with Rey Mysterio, ladies and gentlemen. He said, "Okay, I trust you. I trust you, Rey. I trust your word, Rey Mysterio. Do you believe me?" And when I saw this, I saw the Kevin Owens part, and I saw this. I was just like, I was already checked out. I said, clearly he's going to turn heel. But really, though, I mean, like, we're using this? Like, is this a start of a feud with Mysterio, like down the line? Or what is this? It was such a terrible type of teaser to a heel turn.
Yeah.
That's all you got. Just crickets.
You know, bro, it's funny because like I swear, like the thing is, bro, like I still enjoy television. Like, you know, Dr. Chris, I don't know about you, but if I'm watching a show that I'm into and my wife starts talking to me, I'm trying to listen to her and listen to the show at the same time. But do you do what I do? As soon as she stops talking, do you rewind back to the part before she started talking?
So this is what I do, Vince.
Go ahead.
I have these earphones. All right. And I have a very nice office. So this is my podcast studio back here, and on the other side is a theater. And so, but I have two monitors right in front of me, and then I have a flat screen that I use as a television and a third monitor right above me here. And I'm usually I'm usually working on the two monitors. I have television playing on the monitor above me. All right. And so I put my headphones on. So my wife comes in, as lovely and beautiful as she is, she'll start talking, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, And so I'll do one of these for a second, right? And I'll wait for a pause. I'll put it back on.
I like that. I like this system. I like this system.
Yeah. So that's what she knows that like when I put the earphone back on, like when I put the headphone back on, like I'm listening to the TV now.
Yeah. But I'm like I'll watch shows and I gotta rewind it because I don't want to miss. Like I would never send this show in the opposite direction. Ever. Like never, bro. Never. Bro, I swear to God, let's be honest, Chris. I know this is like a family show and everything. Bro, I swear to you, the only thing that could make me put this show in a rewind mode is if there is like a wardrobe malfunction. If I think I saw wait a minute. Outside of that, I will never rewind this show.
They had one today.
Was there one?
The screen went black for a few seconds.
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I think it was Rhea Ripley. Yeah. I know that Carmella. She was like fumbling.
Yeah, no, I was like, I don't know. Like on that pin, I was like, how did she keep those?
Yeah,
like
that was.
But but that's the thing. I will never go back because I missed something. Because you don't miss anything.
No,
there's nothing to miss here, bro.
No, it really is. And then even if you miss it, they'll recap it like 3 times.
Exactly. You're exactly right, bro. You're exactly right.
There's no need to rewind because you're going to show what I missed like 4 other times. During the 3 hours. So no need to rewind. We saw the vignette. Did you see the vignette this week of Veer Mahan?
I missed it again. Bro, what the heck? I did not see it, bro. I did not see it.
2 weeks in a row, Vince. Another Veer Mahan promo.
Oh my!
Another Veer Mahan vignette. It was basically the same thing. It's just coming soon to Raw type of deal.
Yeah.
And like I said, I wouldn't be too happy about having those vignettes.
Yeah, they've been the curse of death, man.
Look, last week I said Eva Marie's had a vignette. Karrion Kross had a vignette. Keith Lee's had a vignette. And I said, look what all those 3 people have led. Those vignettes have led those 3 people. It's like the kiss of death is what I called it. All right.
Yeah.
3 days later, all 3 of them are fired.
Yep.
So, or released. They're independent contractors. Technically released from their contract, from their project, essentially. And so I'm like, Veer Mahan.
Man.
He's the next one in line with these kiss of death vignettes, man. I'm not too, I wouldn't be too happy if I was Veer Mahan. I'd be like, hey guys, please don't give me any vignettes because Eva Marie, Karrion Kross, like Keith Lee, like none of this, it doesn't seem very promising for me because Eva Marie had weeks upon weeks upon weeks of vignettes.
She did.
She's released. Karrion Kross had weeks of vignettes. He's gone. Keith Lee had a Bearcat coming to Raw vignette. He's gone. So
I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on over there, man.
I don't either. Seth Rollins, he talks to the Alpha Academy backstage. He's trying to. Again, this whole thing is just so weird. So you have Seth Rollins trying to tell people that Kevin Owens is lying and he really is untrustworthy. So he talks to the Alpha Academy about it. But at the end, he's like, we lied. Kevin Owens is mad that Seth Rollins is really lying to get Big E to be against him, to not believe him. So he tries to beat up Seth Rollins. But he lost by count out because he bumped into Big E and then he gets upset and he really was untrustworthy, but he was telling people to believe him. It just, if I'm watching this from an episodic television standpoint, I would say, whoa, like, wait a minute, like I'm getting really lost here. And I don't know if I'm going to come back to this because this is way too confusing to me.
Bro, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
It's confusing, man. Big E defeats Chad Gable. Chad Gable's a really cool competitor. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, bro. I'm like, this match is on. I'm like, who is watching this right now? Like, show me the person that has any interest in this whatsoever.
My issue is that you have to really make your main eventers feel like main eventers.
Yeah, you said that last week too.
Yes, I say that all the time.
Yeah.
And you literally had the WWE champion go against someone who has not been pushed whatsoever.
Yep.
I mean, great athlete in Chad Gable, but his stock is incredibly low.
Yep.
So not only did you have Big E, the WWE champion, go at the midway through the Raw, and he came out first, and he went against Chad Gable, and the match was 50-50 against someone who's incredibly less, who's significantly smaller than he is. And this match, out of anything, made Chad Gable look better than Big E. Again, Big E's my favorite wrestler on Raw, on WWE right now. But this match didn't. It helped Chad Gable more than it helped Big E, because Chad Gable got his stuff in before he put Big E over. So
And
it's
then
not helping Big E.
And then, bro, on top of that, at the end of the show, you had the scene with Austin Theory.
Yeah.
What, like, why is the champion around these people?
What? Who's over, Vince? Who's getting over here? Like, are you building your main event star to feel like a main event star? Imagine Hogan going against someone like a
Red Rooster.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Terry Taylor.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan versus Red Rooster.
Yeah.
And the midway through the WWE program at the time, at the halfway mark of the program. If it's typically an hour program or 2 hour program, a half an hour to the hour mark, Hogan versus Rooster, and Rooster gets a bunch of stuff in before Hogan wins.
He's up, bro. You can feel it now. And I hate to say this, bro, he's a placeholder. Yeah, he feels like a, you know why I say he's a placeholder? Because, bro, I wrote enough shows with enough companies to know the champion should be the hood ornament of the show.
Yeah.
Everything, I don't care who it is, everything revolves around the champion. Why? Because everybody wants that title.
For sure.
So that is the star of the show.
Yes.
Bro, you don't, in his heyday, bro, you didn't put Brad Pitt in a movie as a supporting actor. He's
Correct.
the star. Tom Cruise was the star of the movie.
Yep.
Everything revolved around Tom Cruise's character.
Yep.
If you don't give that character that feel, he's not the star of the show.
That's correct. Yeah.
And then what happens? What do they do, bro? Then in 3 months, he didn't get over.
Right.
Bro, he didn't get over because you didn't put him in a position to get. How is the guy going to get over with Chad Gable?
Right.
How's he going to get over? What could Big E possibly do to increase his stock against Chad Gable? What could he possibly do?
Exactly. How is he increasing his stock against Chad Gable? Nothing against Chad Gable, but the way that Chad Gable has been booked since he's been on the WWE programming, just about, has been very mid-cardy. There's nothing about Chad Gable that makes Big E feel like a bigger star. Nothing. There's nothing.
And why is the champion in there with mid-carders? How did a mid-carder earn the right to get in the ring with a champion? How did he earn that right?
Exactly. Yeah. How did he get to the point where I'm going against the WWE champion?
Bro, let's just compare it to boxing and UFC. Mm-hmm. Is a boxer or an MMA fighter that's 500 Are they going to get the opportunity to get into the ring with the undefeated champion?
No, because there's legitimate rankings.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you're ranked number 8, like if you got a decent record or above average record and you're ranked 8 or ninth, you're not just going to be thrown in the ring with the champion at the
But
time.
bro,
You have to
we're
earn
not
your way
we're
up.
not even getting 8th and 9th. We're
No.
getting like 14th and 15th,
Yeah, exactly.
bro. Like there's 10 guys above Chad
19th
Gable.
ranked Chad Gable versus number 1 ranked Big E.
You're not putting the guy. You're not putting him in a position to succeed, bro. You're not.
Case in point, he literally went against the mid carder in the middle of the card. Like it was literally
There you
in
go.
the middle of the card.
There you go, bro. Unbelievable.
So
Unreal.
it's literally a mid carder tonight
Yeah.
because he wrestled in the middle of the card. So I mean, he played the role of a mid carder tonight, and he's the WWE champion, and he literally wrestled in the middle of the card. So how does it make Big E look better if he literally wrestled in the middle of the card tonight?
But again, bro, I'm gonna say it again. He's got to speak up, bro.
He has to.
Because if he doesn't speak up, they're gonna keep putting him in situations like that. And you know what you're gonna have? You're gonna have Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
All over again. If he doesn't speak up. You know, bro, that's what talent needs to understand. If they speak up, they're making the decision for management not that easy the next time, because now management knows, well, shoot, he had a hard time with that. How's he going to feel when he's wrestling, when we book him to wrestle Otis next week?
Yeah.
At least they're going to think about it. If you go along with everything they tell you, forget it, bro. Like you're going to be in there with the cameraman.
Yeah, and they had the nerve again, Vince, in the middle of the card. At the end, he beats Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
But what about that face off with Otis, though?
Yeah. Otis is going to upset Big E, right? Yeah.
And Otis just, man, he just looks like as generic of a player B you could possibly get on a video game. Like there's nothing that looks over about Otis. He ran roughshod through people on SmackDown for a few weeks, and he would just beat up the Street Profits all the time. But now on Raw, he looks like Chad Gable's lackey. Like he looks. Big E called him a giant thumb or something like that. I'm like, man, he looks so generic and bland.
That's next week.
Yeah, he's I'm in the middle of the card, by the way. So
yeah.
Kevin Owens and R-Truth backstage. Again, another one of those "Do you believe me" segments that just didn't do anything. Teased a heel turn that you knew was going to happen. R-Truth is funny, man. I mean, you work with him. He's just, I respect the heck out of R-Truth because he's like, talk about someone who maximizes their minutes. I mean, he's like, come on now. I mean, he's probably like, this segment sucks, but again, although I'm in a segment that I don't want to be here, but I'm going to make people laugh. At least in this segment, I'm going to talk about her maid and his maid. Him or her or something like that has hired mermaid or something like that. This is funny stuff. He's just really doing he's really at a stage. He's almost 50 years old.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever. I'm getting paid 6 figures and whatever. You know what I mean? So I can respect that. I can respect that. So next we have the Backstage Raw. This segment here with the Raw woman felt as 50-50 as you possibly can. Like I literally looked at all of those names and I'm like, why is Bianca Belair in this huddle, in this puddle of mess? They really made Bianca Belair be in a big old argumentative huddle of people wanting a spot, and she was just champ 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago. And again, I say you have to compare the top names or potential top names with the top names of before. And it's like someone like if you think of someone like a rising star back in the Attitude, or someone like a Triple H, or like he was a rising star in the late '90s, and it's like okay, so someone like a Triple H, or even like 2000s, because he already he had I think it was a '99 was his first or 2000 was his first title reign, '99 or 2000.
Probably 2000, I think.
Yeah, well, I think it was 90. I think it was right after SummerSlam. He beat
It was
Hogan.
after I left. So I left in like September of '99.
Yeah. Okay. So I know the 2000 was WrestleMania 16. If I'm not mistaken, he was champ at that time. It was the four-way. It was the McMahons in every corner, and it was Foley, Rock, Mankind, and Foley, Rock, Triple H, and Big Show. I think it was. Yeah, because and there was a McMahon in every corner. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Triple H was champion at that time, and he left. And I think he was like the first heel to leave as champion. So for some reason, I thought his first WWE championship was right after SummerSlam of '99. Yeah, I'm gonna find that out real quick.
Yeah, it
But
could have been because I mean I left soon after SummerSlam, bro.
I got you. Yeah, I think he'd be fully like maybe the Raw after SummerSlam, or the Raw following SummerSlam. He won. Yep, the Raw after SummerSlam, August 23rd, '99.
Oh, I guess I was there then.
Yep, that was his first. His first reign was August. The Raw after SummerSlam.
Bro, that's the problem when you look at every one of these people that we're talking about. The writers / Vince / Bruce / whoever you want, bro, they don't know how to keep people over.
Yeah.
They don't, bro. There's an art to keeping people over and keeping their stock up. They don't know how to do that, bro. Somebody will reach the pinnacle. We can go through everyone. We can go to Drew. We can go to Becky. We can name 100 people on the roster. They'll reach that pinnacle, and then they can't keep them on that level and move them up. Bro, remember when Owens was in the angle with Shane?
Yeah.
Okay, and look where he is now. You're going to tell me his stock has gone up since then?
Right. Yeah. No, it hasn't.
They can't sustain it, bro.
Couple things. There's a comment saying Trish Stratus and Lita, until it became a Rebel, weren't even in segments like Bianca was tonight. Those are two good examples. You won't catch Trish Stratus in a huddle talking about getting a spot. You know what I mean? Just you won't see that with Trish Stratus. You know what I mean? Because she was over. She was a top star. If Bianca Belair is going to be built as a top star, why is she in the same huddle as someone like a Doudrop? You know what I mean? And for some reason, we had two heel turns. Doudrop turns heel tonight too, out of nowhere. So she's feuding with Bianca in the huddle. And it just this whole thing.
And then you got Dana Brooke standing up and saying, if anybody earned the spot, you've done a job in every how did you earn a spot?
Again, someone wrote that for her, and that had to be embarrassing. Like, ooh, like we're really going to, like, I really have to say that? Are you sure? Like, that's the type of things. The last time Dana Brooke won a match.
Oh my God, I couldn't imagine.
She won a six-man tag match on Raw. Her, Dana Brooke, and Mandy Rose beat Charlotte, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler in May 6 months ago.
Wow.
That was her, and that was a multi-person match.
Wow.
So the last time she won a singles match,
Oh my God. A year?
main event, she beat Peyton Royce. That was in February. That was 9 months ago.
Jeez, bro, it's nuts. Nuts.
So someone who hasn't won a singles match in 9 months is coming into their locker room and saying, "I deserve it."
Yeah, if anybody deserves it, it's me.
Yeah. I haven't won it. I haven't won a singles match in 9 months, but
Yeah.
if anybody deserves it, it's me. It's me.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous logic there. We get the Mysterios and Austin Theory thing with Dominic getting medical attention. Mysterio has the interview, and then Austin Theory comes out, takes the selfie. Like, how is this enhancing his character? How are you getting stronger as a character if you've already beat Rey Mysterio? Like, you beat Dominic Mysterio. Like, you're past the Mysterios. You've beat them. So why do you go back to them as if they are going to increase your stock as a wrestler? I don't understand that.
I don't either, bro. I don't know.
And do you think that he really think this selfie thing is going to get over, or he's just taking a spot on the Raw right now?
Meaning, who thinks it's going to get over?
Theory.
Obviously, Vince thinks it's going to get over.
So, okay, so let me pick your brain on that then. So, Vince McMahon nowadays, is it a matter of does he still control every single beat that happens in the WWE? Still has ultimate veto power.
100%. 100%.
So he looks at someone like an Austin Theory and he's like, okay, yeah, sure. Let's do a cell phone gimmick with
bro.
that.
Here's how it usually works. This is how it usually works. Austin Theory is seen taking a selfie with somebody in the back, one of the boys. So to Bruce, now Bruce Pritchard either sees that or gets wind of it. Like, now Austin Theory is being a mark, taking his pictures with guys. He'll run to Vince, tell Vince what a mark Austin Theory is. Boom. That's the gimmick they give the guy. That's how it happens, bro. I guarantee you. That's exactly what happened. He took a selfie in the back. Either he met Flair or somebody, did a selfie. Somebody saw it, stooged it off to Bruce. Bruce ran to Vince's office, and the next thing you know, that's the gimmick. That's how it works. I'm telling you, bro, that's how it works.
You said something interesting about none of the executives or none of the creative team has a ability to maintain someone getting over.
Nope.
Now, Pritchard's been on and off with the company for 30 plus years, 40 years. I mean, he was the one, who really gave people like The Undertaker and stuff like that, as far as just more depth and more flavor to make their character have layers and really get over. Why in 2021 doesn't he have that same type of creative?
But he's still doing it the same way. That's the problem, bro. Being in that wrestling bubble, they haven't evolved, bro. When you will look at the show tonight, you see so many ridiculous 1980s characters, bro. Perfect example. When we went right over it, the girl scene in the locker room. Zelina Vega is acting like an absolute moron.
Yeah.
She's got a crown on, and bro, she's standing there the whole time smiling and doing that. That's Bruce. That's what they do, bro. Gotcha. You'll still see these characters, but they're not realistic street cred, dangerous, threatening. They're cartoon characters, bro. Look at the girls in the locker room. Look at that scene. You got the one wearing the you got the superhero wearing the mask.
Yeah.
You got Tina Turner from Thunderdome. You got the little princess doing this. Look at what you've got in that locker room.
Yeah, a circus act.
God, I know, man. When I was in the Attitude Era, like legitimately, Sable wanted to kill Sonny. Luna wanted to kill Sable. Like there was legitimate heat. They would have never clowned like that. I mean, it was legitimate, serious heat.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good point there, Vince. Drake Maverick. Oh man. Talk about 1980s. Just, and this isn't even 1980s. This is like some 1970s circus, wrestling show with Andre the Giant headlining the 15-person battle royal type of deal. Like this was bad. It was. Reggie breaks his streak of winning of maintaining the 24/7 championship by losing to Spud, losing to Drake Maverick. Then Tozawa beats Drake Maverick, and then Corey Graves beats Tozawa, and then Byron Saxton beats Corey Graves. Then Maverick beats Saxton, and then Reggie beats Maverick again, and then he tumbles his way on out of the ring, and everybody's shocked. Like after he wins again, no one chases him. He tumbles away from the ring, and then he had to go back to the ring to get his belt, but no one even did anything. They were just shocked. It just.
I can't even get past the part of the guy wrestling in a suit.
Yeah.
I can't, but that's what I mean. You see what I mean, bro? That's exactly what I mean. A guy's wrestling in a suit. Yeah. Okay. Like that's exactly what I'm talking about, man.
I was thinking about that too. Like the guy the guy literally comes out in a suit and wrestles in a suit. He tumbles around in a suit. And it just doesn't make sense. So someone says, you know what? R&R Shyster wrestled in a suit. Well, actually, he had a dress shirt and suspenders on. That was the gimmick. You know what I mean? He looks like he was some type of period-eyed, type of insurance guy, like a IRS guy,
agent. Man, yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, man. Don't cheat on your taxes, man. And otherwise, my glass is going to be down. I'm going to be laser focused on your eyes. I'm going to have laser eyes that just burn a hole in you, man. And you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You tax cheat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool, man. That made a mid-card guy, it made him important. It made him relevant. You know what I mean? That's what I like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Liv Morgan winning the 5-way match, and this is when we get the Doudrop heel turn. And I mean, I guess this is
what did they do last week?
With the females,
Becky was cutting a promo.
Yep.
And who walked in?
You're having me trying to remember.
Liv Morgan. Remember Liv Morgan? Remember you were saying so she's done with the ankle ballet? Bro, so Liv Morgan walks in on that scene.
Yeah.
Who wins the match here, bro?
Liv Morgan.
To get to face
Becky Lynch.
I mean, like really, bro? Like seriously?
Yeah. I watched this match and I said, I bet you Liv Morgan's going to win. Because two things. One, because of that segment last week. And two, because they kept talking about how Liv wasn't going to win the match.
Yeah.
Like the commentator and Becky Lynch kept saying, oh, she's not going to, she's not going to do it. And I'm like, of course that's going to make her win the match. You know what I mean? And so.
And I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know what Becky Lynch's look is with her hair. I don't know what she's doing, bro. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah, I don't get it. When did I forgot to put down Lashley and Dominic. When did that happen again?
That happened. Oh my God, where did that happened, bro, after they were in the locker room, Ray and Dominic with Owens. And then Pierce went out with them and basically
Yep.
said, if you want to keep your spot, you got to beat this next guy.
Yep. So Pierce, so I meant to talk about that for a second. Pierce said that he wants Raw to win. So he's going to make Raw have former champions. I made a mistake, and that's to put you in the match. I had all former WWE champions. Okay, so, but he was just on SmackDown suspending Brock Lesnar because he's on SmackDown too. But both Pierce and DeVille are heel officials now because DeVille's doing her thing with Naomi. She's not really doing much with just about anybody else, but she's really doing anything with Naomi. Pierce isn't exclusive to Raw. Sonya's not exclusive to SmackDown. But for some reason, he wants Raw to win now. This is so confusing.
I was confused, bro, because I just assumed I missed something on SmackDown. I was so confused, but I don't watch SmackDown, so I'm like, oh, you must have missed something. Mm-hmm. So nothing happened on SmackDown.
No, nothing. It wasn't Adam Pearce saying he's going to leave SmackDown. It wasn't nothing. It was the same. It was he's saying he wants Raw to win this week, and there's no type of reasoning, nothing of the reason why he all of a sudden wants Raw.
And think about that, bro. So Dominic gets buried in the verbiage, then Dominic gets buried in the match.
Yeah.
Okay, bro, let's see what they do next week to protect Dominic. Let's see what they do next week. Since they buried him verbally, you're not a champion, you're not good enough, then they destroy him in a match. Yeah. So what are you going to do for him next week?
With your theory of Vince McMahon expects people to forget every week, or he forgets every week, I don't see them trying to even protect Dominic.
And that's how you'll never get him over.
True. Absolutely.
That's how you'd never get over, bro.
Yes, indeed. And so, like I said, Doudrop makes the heel turn during this women's match. So I'm guessing if there's any solace to this, maybe they're pulling Bianca away from the title scene to earn reps to be as a baby face to feud against the heel Doudrop. But Doudrop's whole thing is about doing the whole Doudrop dance and appeasing all the little girls. And
bro, she's wearing the t-shirt that they made.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason for the Doudrop. Get the merch. So now she's got the merch. She's doing the dance, but she's a heel. So who's going to buy the shirt?
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yes, I'm a heel now. I'm not going to cater to the fans anymore. I'm not going to do my little thing or anything dealing with Doudrop appeasing, the kid fans. I'm heel now, so there's my merch. So when you were there, did they make money from merch too? Merch sales?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Oh yeah.
So, because I remember it was Jericho and JBL, I believe, that said that they refused to even do merch because they wanted to hone in their heel characters.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of guys are that way, bro. A lot of guys are that way.
I appreciate that. I really respect that. Like someone like a JBL, he's like, no, I don't want merch because I really want to hone my character in so much. Yeah, I really want people to legitimately hate me. Yeah, and I don't want people to be buying my merch. I agree. I agree. Like if I was a heel, I would do the same thing. I'll be like, hey, bump my pay up a bit, you know what I mean, to balance that out. But I don't want any merch. I don't want to see someone out there wearing my shirt. Like,
back then, bro, you didn't have your baby faces and you heels. You had real people. Yeah. So like, you could consider DX heels, but they were so cool
Yeah.
that the kids wanted to buy them. Bro, why did kids buy NWO?
NWO, yeah.
You know?
See, that's the thing, though, man. I know that it's kind of great to you, but I still think that putting NWO over so much really killed a lot of the baby faces that was at WCW at the time, man, because they were so cool and so over, and someone like a Scotty Riggs, and you know what I mean,
Yeah,
like people like that were just like, oh, sorry about that, like you're
yeah,
sorry, you're not as cool as the NWO. And I remember watching. I mean, I watched WCW every week just as much as I watched WWE. I literally had a remote in my hand every week, and I would hit the reset button. I would
yeah,
hit the reset button and like I would bounce back and forth from Raw to Nitro every
yeah,
single week, and that's how I watched the Monday Night Roars every week, just holding my remote like this.
yep.
And I just remember like a lot of the heels at that time, and I've interviewed over 300 people. A lot of them were former WCW guys, and they're just like, man, at that time the NWO was so over like that. I just kind of gave up because I wasn't going to get over as a babyface because the NWO was just so over and people
Yeah,
loved them and bought their merch and thought they were cool and they just boo me. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, well, you know what I mean? And so that's why I just think that old school tried and true method, you know what I mean? And that's the reason why I love like an MJF nowadays.
It's just hard though, bro, because man, sometimes when people are cool, they're just cool.
That's
Like
true.
Kevin Nash is just cool. Like
Yeah.
Scott Hall was just cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything you could have done to make people boo them because they were just cool.
So that's where my psychology comes in. I think you can do anything. I think anyone is prone to do something to make people not like them. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, I mean, I get it all the time. I'm thankful for it. I'm a likable guy. I get that all the time. I'm a likable guy. But I mean, there's people who you know, speak badly against me to find reasons, I can play on that and be like, well, screw you, screw all of you. You know what I mean? Like there was a point in my life that I was a very unlikable guy. You know what I mean? I found faith and it changed my life. And like I know how to be an unlikable guy. Like I'm just one, step away to just turning heel on life, you know what I mean, and being
Yeah.
unlikable. So I definitely think that someone's privy to be unlikable. And my thing is, if it's really a pay it forward business, and if you really, as a main eventer, if you really want to help other talent, you know what I mean? It's not step on other talent. You're already over, you know what I mean? So you want to make, and that's the reason why DDP became over,
Yeah.
because the NWO was such a tyranny. You know what I mean? They took over, they were dominant, and there was only like a two or three really good heels. You know what I mean? Good baby face at that time. You had your Stings,
Yeah.
your Pipers, and your DDPs. Like those were the three baby faces at that time. That and in Goldberg, there was really the four baby faces at that time that really feuded against the NWO,
Yeah.
that people still got behind because they were there to kind of save the day,
Yeah.
from the takeover. So,
Yeah.
and it's an interesting concept, and it's easy, and it's really a chat. Like it's really a cool challenge as a wrestler to say, okay, so I'm a heel. Okay, like that to me, if I had a discussion and they were like, for instance, if you were writing wrestling now and I was in the wrestling business and we had a discussion, hey, guess what? I think that we're thinking about turning you heel. I'll talk about, okay, first of all, you know how I am. What's the end game? How does this make sense?
Right.
Where does this build to? I'm not going to do it if you're just saying, I don't know. No, I'm not just going to sacrifice any momentum that I have just for nothing. There's no point of this. But if you give me a reasonable motive behind it, okay, let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Let me turn heel. And for me, as a professional, I would say, man, like I'm excited about this. Like I'm
Yeah.
excited about the build, the turn, the heat. You know what I mean? Like I want people to hate me. Like that's what I really want. And if I see people cheering me, I'm going to do everything in my power to say, next week I'm going to make sure that that crowd of people, they're not going to cheer me. I'm going to make sure of that. And that's the reason why I can respect like an MJF and a Baron Corbin. And that's the reason why I don't like people like Adam Cole. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just don't I don't it's not like I don't like him as a person, but I'm talking about as a character. I just don't I like to me Adam Cole epitomizes just what heels should not be. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing about Adam Cole. He's good in the ring. He wrestles well. Why am I booing him? Why am I booing Adam Cole? He does the boom thing. It's catchy. He does the Adam Cole baby. That's catchy. He's good in the ring. He cuts a good promo. He's a cool guy. He's a cool kid from the block. Why do I dislike you? You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
it makes the baby faces look bad. It makes people boo the baby faces, and I think that that's counterproductive. So
Yeah. I hear you.
next we have Seth Rollins defeating Kevin Owens by count out, and this was the setup. I mean, this was the setup. I mean, this was pretty clear cut. We knew that this was going to happen. We knew that Kevin Owens was going to make the turn. The turn was just so lackluster. They do a hard shot on Big E, just looking like I'm just there, I'm just standing right there by the apron. I don't know what's going to happen, and then it gets kicked in the face. Why are you standing there in the first place?
And that bump on the side of the ring is a dangerous bump. The side, there's no give. Yep. There is no give when you're throwing a guy the size of Big E in the side of the ring.
Yeah.
Bro, that will screw you up. I looked at that, bro. I know that hurt him. There is no way that didn't hurt him. And I'm like, why are you doing that, bro? Yeah. There is no give on the side of the ring. You want to break three the guy's ribs? Like, what are you doing, man?
Agreed. For one, and for two, you've got a big match against Roman Reigns in just a couple of weeks. And then for three, this is what is this leading to? Is this leading to a triple threat? Like right now you have Rollins versus Big E. And so you're going to have that match. And then does Kevin Owens interfere in the match and continues his feud with Big E? But then again, you're not having a pay-per-view for another 2 months that means anything with Raw and SmackDown storylines. Right now you have Survivor Series coming up, totally irrelevant to Raw or SmackDown individual storylines. Your next pay-per-view's in 2 months. So, and that's the Royal Rumble. So a lot of these storylines might be buried in the Royal Rumble too. So if you really think about it, a lot of these storylines aren't going to mean anything for the next 3 months. So how do you even make it relevant to the payoff? What's going to be the payoff here?
Bro, all I know is I'm watching this match, and number one, I don't care who wins. I don't know why I should be rooting for. I don't know. And then, bro, even sadder than that, the way the match ends, I could care less if Big E gets his revenge.
Yeah,
like, I don't care. Like I don't care. Yeah. Like, I mean, bro, at the end of Raw, I hate to back in our day, bro, when somebody got the best of Austin at the end of the show, you knew, bro, next week all hell was break. Like, you knew.
Yep.
I don't care.
Yeah. And that's a really good point, because at the end of the day, you're thinking like, is Big E really going to have his comeuppance? Am I even afraid that Big E is going to do something next week? Because right now he's in a feud with Rollins, and then you have someone's mentioning the there's no December period, but there's the January 1st pay-per-view. So that's true, but that's still in January. So that's still another 2 months from now. You know what I mean? So it's still irrelevant. But you have Big E feuding with Rollins, who got the title match. Then he's feuding with Owens, who turned on him. And he had a back and forth match with Chad Gable, and there's a stare down with Otis. So he's in a mid card feud, and he's in a world title feud, a main event feud. But they're not booking him as if he's a threat, and it's not hard to book Big E to look like a threat. The dude looks like a threat.
Right.
So there's nothing, it makes your job easier, but you're making the job harder to someone who looks like Big E. It just makes me think again, Vince, who comes up with this stuff and why is it so difficult to consistently make someone look good nowadays?
Because you've got a owner who forgot what he did on last week's show. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah. Because, bro, that's where we always used to pick up the show. What happened last week? That's where we used to start.
Episodic television.
Yeah. Okay. This is what happened last week. So now we got to go from here and we got to go to here. Yep. If you don't remember what happened last week, guess what? Big E's in a feud with Rollins. Big E's in a feud with Otis. Big E's in a feud with Kevin Owens. Okay.
Yep. And then next week, we're going to totally forget about Gable and Otis, and there's going to be no
just don't know, bro. They just forgot how to story tell. There's just no story, like nothing, bro. Like nothing.
Again, I say, Vince, this is supposed to be episodic television.
Bro, do you know? A lot of people don't realize this. You know, Tina Turner. Mm-hmm. She was married to Ike.
Yep.
Okay. Tina Turner tried to have a solo career.
Yep.
It was going nowhere. What did Tina Turner do, bro? She sat down with People magazine and had an interview and threw Ike under the bus.
Yep. Talked about how much she was abused.
How much she was abused. Bro, that made her career.
It did.
She literally threw her ex-husband under the bus because her career was going nowhere. Yeah. That People magazine interview, it was planned, and she told the world that because her career was going nowhere.
Yeah. Didn't that spawn Private Dancer?
Yeah.
I think.
But bro, the bottom line is you could have had Big E do that. You could have had his career like really going nowhere. Then he throws his buddies under the bus. Bro, he even could have used the tape. He could have used the tape to throw Woods under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, bro, like they had New Day. He's still dressing like New Day. Mm-hmm. It's all the colors like New Day. They never broke out a story to make him an individual heavyweight champion.
True. Yeah.
So I'm telling you, bro, it's the exact formula that we had with a McIntyre. He's experiencing the exact thing now, bro.
Yep. Some song facts about Private Dancer. Just describing how empty she feels inside. In a nutshell, Tina's marriage to Ike quickly turned abusive, but it was years before she could find the strength to leave him. To get a divorce settled, she ceded to Ike's demands, walking away with just her name, born Anna Mae Bullock. Tina Turner, she was 42 when she started a comeback in the industry that prizes youth, especially among performers through hard work, talent, and determination. She overcame the odds, landing a #1 album with Private Dancer.
But she wasn't going anywhere until she did that interview.
Wow. So her #1 album. So she launched her singles career at 44 years old.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. I did remember Private Dancer did come from that abuse situation. So,
bro, think about it. Like listen, and it's all for the same reason. Look at McIntyre, look at Lashley, look at Big E. Bro, would you consider any one of those three guys super over right now? Any of them?
No. Mm-mm. Woods being the king of the ring, and you're asking someone who loves New Day. Like I'm a big New Day fan, but the problem is I don't see like none of them feels larger than the business, and that's what you really like. To me, going back to the 80s and 90s, the more you book someone larger than the business, the more you're going to make money and draw
Bro,
people.
70s, 80s, and 90s. You
Yes,
go back
exactly.
to Bruno. Bruno
Yeah,
didn't win one, lose one, win one, lose
right.
one. No, bro. Bruno won all the
Yes, he was
time.
champ for 8 years.
Yes, and when he lost, it was a shocker. Bro,
Yep,
every one of those three guys I mentioned, win one, lose one, lost one,
yep,
lost one.
exactly. Bruno, Backlund, Hogan. Like you can go down the list. I mean, like of people who just didn't lose matches.
Bro, it's no different than the greatest fighters in history.
Yeah,
We don't talk about fighters that were 100 wins and 100 losses. You
right.
don't talk about those people. You talk about the Alis and the Fraziers and the Tysons.
Mhm.
Why? Because of that one loss record, bro.
Yep,
They never got beat, and when they got beat, you never forgot it.
true.
People to this day know Buster
Buster
Douglas,
Douglas.
bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
to
he's a
this
Columbus
day.
guy. He still's over
Right.
Columbus. Yeah.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, though, bro. That's real life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Ali only lost 5 times in his whole career.
Well, I don't even think he lost that many. Do
I think
you?
he lost 5. Yeah.
He lost to Frazier. He lost to Foreman.
His final boxing record was eh, it was, man, he's got a long bio here. Hold on.
Now you got me interested.
61-5.
61-5. Wow.
Yep. He lost 5 times. Marciano didn't lose any. He was 49-0, right?
Yep.
Floyd Mayweather, 50-0, I believe. So yeah. What was Frazier? Let's see. Frazier. 32-4. Yeah, he wrestled. I mean,
And keep in mind, too, bro, some of those fights they lost were their last fights. When, you know, not in their prime, bro.
Yeah, well, I think it was it Sonny Liston or something that beat Ali at the very end or something like that. I don't remember.
No, he beat Sonny
He
Liston.
beat Sonny Liston,
Yeah,
but it was somebody. It was just a relative no name that beat Ali at the very end. So yeah, it was very yeah, Trevor Burbick.
Oh,
yeah. Back in 81.
But yeah,
11th,
bro,
81.
that's why. I mean, that's, you know.
Yeah, he lost his last 2. He lost
Yeah.
3
See
out
what I
of his
mean?
last 4.
There you go.
Lost
That's
to
what I'm
Spinks
talking
in
about.
78.
Yep.
Beat Spinks in 78. Lost to Larry Holmes in 80. I do remember that Larry Holmes. And Trevor Burbick was the one that
Yep.
he beat. He did lose. He did lose to Spinks. Yeah, he lost 3 of his last 4.
Yeah.
And there's, I mean, he lost to Ken Norton. That's what it was in 73.
Oh, I remember that.
Yep. So won his from 71 to 73 for 10 fights, lost 1, then won 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 more.
Yeah.
You know, man.
And bro, the match he lost, that put Ken Norton on the map.
Put him over, yep.
Because it was such a huge victory. You've got to follow that to some, a semblance in wrestling, bro. You have to.
Yeah,
you have to. I mean, bro, let's look at any sport, bro. All the teams are not 50-50. There are, some football teams are 14-2, and other teams are, they're not all right in the middle.
And if you're 50-50, guess what? You don't make the playoffs.
Right,
Like, you have
exactly.
to
That's
earn
right.
your spot there.
Yep,
Like
yep,
it's even difficult to have 6 or 7 losses and make the wild card. You know what I
yep,
mean? So you have to in any sport, you have
yep,
to earn your spot. You know
yep,
what I mean? Like, how is Chad Gable earning his spot
yep.
to go against the WWE champion with his record?
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
44-6 was Mike Tyson.
Yeah. And he lost
Actually,
a lot,
50-6, 50
and
and
he
6.
lost a lot of those fights
Yeah, toward
towards
the
the
end.
end for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Lennox Lewis, Vander Holyfield. I think he
Yeah.
lost to Holyfield twice.
Yeah.
So the one of them was biting. So yeah, lost to Lennox Lewis, lost to Danny Williams, Kevin McBride.
Yeah.
You know, France lost to Holyfield twice in a row. Yep.
Yeah.
So. All right, my man. Let them know you've got some. Speaking of boxing, you had a boxing match with Vince McMahon via email, man.
Yeah. We I'm starting that this week, bro. I cut the first show today. I did my first show today. I'm doing a series of shows, Vince versus Vince, and I'm gonna end the shows with my last email response to Vince that were a couple of weeks ago that I think is really gonna blow a lot of people away. And that's going to be on the very last episode. But I'm only doing this, guys, on patreon.com/Russo TWC. You will get the entire history of me and Vince McMahon leading to literally just a couple of weeks ago.
Wow, man. It's going to be very interesting, and it's a can't miss series that Vince Russo is going to have through
Patreon.com.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
/Russo TWC, ladies and gentlemen. Go here. You see that down there below our names? You just got to point. There you go. Just point down. There you go. There you go. Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone. That down there is patreon.com /Russo TWC. Right. Somewhere around there. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Very nice.
Have a good night, everybody. This is Legion of Raw. So long.